Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pat, and today we're going to take a look at a really cool mod called Galacticraft. This is probably one of the most unique mods I've ever seen. It adds in some stuff I didn't even know you could do in Minecraft. So what it does is it adds in a new dimension, but they're planning on adding 11. It's a work in progress right now, but it's really one of the most amazing mods I've seen in a long time. What it does, it adds in a rocket ship you can take straight to the moon. And you don't just make a rocket ship, click on it, and you're at the moon. It actually takes you through the sky, through outer space, all the way to the moon. I had no idea you could even do that, but it's so awesome. There's a lot of crafting recipes and stuff. I'm not going to go too much into those because you can just look those up online. It'll make the video very boring because there's a ton of them. I'll show you exactly how everything works though. Some of the stuff is pretty complicated, so I apologize in advance if I happen to mess anything up a little bit. But first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a spaceship. And to make that, you're going to need rocket engines, heavy-duty plating, nose cones, and rocket fins. And the crafting recipes for this is just stuff you can find in Minecraft. There's actually a bunch of new ores as well as going to be for some of those crafting recipes. So these are the new ores. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. And here's some of the interesting blocks they're added in. And I think these two look really cool. One of these is copper, and I think the other is tin. But yeah, they look pretty cool. So a couple cool blocks added in as well. So yeah, like I said, you're gonna need these different parts to make the spaceship, and you don't make them in a crafting table. This is a crafting table right here. It's awesome looking. But yeah, this is a NASA workbench, and you can see right here, you kind of just place them in like a puzzle. There's squares there. You place the square pieces in there, the triangle ones there, and once you put everything in, it'll come out right there, and you'll have yourself a spaceship. So we'll grab that really quickly, but you can't just leave with that. And hold on, this is really awesome. Look at it. I am carrying the spaceship over my head. That's so sick. But yeah, you place it down right here, and this is on what these are called are rocket launch pads, and you need to do them 3 by 3 like this and place the rocket ship in the middle for it to work. But you can't leave yet. There's a couple more things that you need. One thing you're gonna want is a parachute, because when you land, you're in the sky and you just take the parachute down. So there's a bunch of different colors for whatever reason you want to make a pink one, a purple one, a black one, whatever. Also, you're gonna need some things because you can't breathe. You can't breathe on the moon, and this makes it really realistic. You take damage and start to die if you don't have the oxygen with you. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need oxygen gear, you're gonna need oxygen mask, and there's 3 different types of oxygen tanks you can take with you. You can take light, medium, and heavy, and there's 2 slots for those. So we'll pick those up. And another thing, to actually make the ship go, you're gonna need fuel. And this is fuel right here. We'll pick that up as well. But to make fuel, I'll show you guys how to do that really quickly. The first thing you're gonna need is a refinery, and this is a refinery. And you're gonna need oil. To get oil, it's between levels 20 and 40. You're gonna actually see oil underground, and you can grab it from there and fill this up. And what you do is you put this in here. You're gonna need to light it with coal, and this is gonna come out and turn into fuel. So it's pretty easy once you get the materials and stuff. You'll see in 1 second this will turn into fuel once it goes all the way to there. Alright guys, so now we have fuel, so we can take this to the moon now. We have everything we need, but before you do that, you're gonna want to hit R, which is gonna bring up a new interface. So now there's a new interface, for your astronaut stuff. So you can actually shift click this stuff to get it on. So if I want to put on the heavy oxygen tank, I can shift click that, and a medium one too. So we got the good ones on. I'm going to need the oxygen mask on and the oxygen gear. So I have everything I need. You need all this stuff equipped if you want to be able to breathe on the moon. But before we leave, one quick thing. There's a new set of gear, and it's titanium. It's from one of the new ores, so you can get a set and tools from it as well. But now we have pretty much, I believe we have everything we need. Oh, one last thing, gotta put on the parachute. Parachute is in the top right corner over here. All you gotta do is right click on this, and there's some kind of interface right here. You can see it says launch is space, D is to turn left, right, and S for turn up, down. But if you hit F right here, it'll open up another interface, and you put in the fuel right there, and that's all you need to do. Now you hit the space bar, and it's gonna take you up into the sky. If you don't have a parachute on, it's gonna say, are you sure you wanna go? Because you're just gonna fall to your death pretty much when you get there. So yeah, this does take a while actually. It takes a few minutes, maybe 3 or 4 minutes to actually get to the moon, so I'm not gonna just show the whole thing. But you can see on the left side of the screen, you see the little tree? That's where we are, and there's a little gauge going up. I don't know if it's it's kind of hard to see. Now you can see it since it's over the water. But that gauge has to go all the way up to the top. And when you get there, another interface will come up, and you get to choose which planet you want to go to. But right now, there's only the moon. Alright guys, now we're basically in outer space, and you can actually see the world down there, which is a square, which is, completely awesome. So yeah, it's gonna get smaller as we get further away. So we flew out of Minecraft. We flew out of Minecraft. If you check to see where we are, it's hard to tell because the other thing's in front of it, but we're at a height that is unreachable in normal Minecraft. Okay guys, when you get there, there's going to be an interface that pops up and it says overworld and it says moon. And it says that the overworld is full of life, habitable, and gravity is 100%. If you switch it to the moon, it's habitable, there's no oxygen, and the gravity is 18%. And all you have to do is hit send to dimension, but I've noticed a glitch with this one. Sometimes, I don't know if I'm messing something up here, but I hit send to dimension. Right now I'm on moon, and sometimes it just brings me right back to Earth and I just plummet down. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll hit it, and I think it is screwed up. I'm just saying. I think it is. Alright guys, when you eventually do get to the moon, it's gonna look pretty cool, and if you look up in the air, you can actually see the planet we came from, which is awesome. Also, the mobs have oxygen tanks on too. I thought that was funny. So all the mobs are fully geared in oxygen tanks so they can breathe. And there is moon villages, and they're pretty common, and they're really important, and I think that's the reason that they're common. But the villagers themselves, if you see them, I haven't seen too many, but I saw one before, and they don't have oxygen tanks on. I'm assuming they're gonna give them those. It would make sense. The farms here are tree farms, and there's a good reason for that. They're really important for getting oxygen. Oxygen's really hard to get here once you get to the moon, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. It is, you know, it's a little bit complicated, but you'll be able to understand it. Okay, so you need a couple different things. You need an oxygen collector and an oxygen distributor, and you need an oxygen pipe. So what you need to do is you need to take an oxygen distributor and put it next to a tree. It needs to be near leaves. And then you need to connect it with a pipe to the collector. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a bubble like around it. You can see it right here. And in that bubble, you can breathe. So I don't even need anything on in this bubble. And that's why there's trees here, because you can only get this oxygen, you know, that fills the air from the trees themselves. So that's why it's really important. All right, another thing you can do is you can get a flag and you put it down. It has your face on it as well. This is one of the things I'm not so sure about, so I'm sorry if I've confused this. I cannot figure out for the life of me how to place these down. Right click them, whatever. I just can't seem to get these flags down. It is a work in progress mod, and I just haven't seen any information on it that explains it. Maybe it's supposed to be really simple, but maybe not for me. Okay. One of the things that's probably the most complicated. This is probably the most complicated thing in the mod, and that is, it's the airlock frames. And what it does is it locks in air, and you need to power them. So I'm going to try to show you how they can work and a way to implement them into your world, because you can actually come up with, you know, places to live out here that have oxygen. So these need to be placed specifically. You need to place them with 2 on the bottom, 2 on the sides, and 2 on the top as well, just like this. It needs to be placed exactly like that. And what you do is, if you power it, it'll close it up and lock the oxygen. So this one over here is completely locked in. So what I did was I connected 2 of them to this lever, and that way one of them's powered and the other isn't. And when I click this, the other one will close and this one will open, just like that. So this is a way you'd you know, enter into your home that you created on the moon, so you can actually breathe in here. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it's for. It's a little bit complicated to set up, but if you're good with redstone, it should be fairly simple. And if you're not, you'll get used to it, you know, somewhat quickly, because I'm not great with it, and I figured out how to do it myself. Alright guys, another thing you're going to get is you're going to get sensor goggles. So you're going to want to open up R again and put these on. And when you do, you're going to see like a different like interface like this. And the mobs like glow now, so they're really easy to see because it's really dark on the moon, and that's basically the reason for it. Also, if you're close to ore, you should be able to see it within a few blocks, but you know, I'm not close to ore at all. There is ore on the moon and stuff like that as well. Another thing you can do is you can make a buggy. I'm not sure how to craft it. It may not have been implemented yet, so don't quote me on this, but it's really cool. And you can just drive this around on the moon. It's actually really easy to get around on, but the only thing is it's very difficult to go up with it. Oh, you can actually see a villager over there, and that villager does not have any oxygen on. I'm just assuming they're going to add that. But yeah, this is an easy way to transport yourself around the moon. Anyways, guys, if you want to download this, it is in the description. And if you enjoyed the mod review, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos, and I'll see you guys next time.